infect strategy as long as he has a reasonable draw.
I think so too. What kind of instant speed removal does
He went to
Nich
4.
have here?
Wow. So Robert Trippel went to 4 cards. Went
he
has
rolled
a
4.
turn 2 Ichor Claw Mirror.
Which is a great start.
Yeah, off a 4-card hand.
Yeah. Now, interestingly, if he does hit a Wild Defiance at some point during this match, it's not going to interact with Nick's removal very well. I guess if do we know if Nich is playing? It looks like he has 2 Go for the Throats, 2 Oblivion Ring, which aren't going to be very good in this matchup. I mean, they'll be okay.
Right, they're slow.
Day of Judgment also slow. Lingering Souls too slow. What I was looking for, okay, so he does have 2 Gideons. That's going to matter.
Yeah, that's if he can get to it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But what I was really looking for was,
all right.
So let's play it and hit you for 5.
Yeah.
So he effectively took his quotes life total in half with that play.
Yeah, so Nich just pondered on his turn, passed back to Robert. Robert plays the Titanic Growth on his Ichor Claw Mirror, swings in for 5, and
plays a Lingering Souls here.
Nich now, with the Lingering Souls for some sort of defense.
Yeah, and that's actually not going to do that much here. I mean, it's going to provide chump blocks, but...
And there's Wild Defiance.
And Wild Defiance does come down, and he can just freely swing in, and this is a chump block because the Ichor Claw Mirror is going to get +2/+2 when it becomes blocked.
Yeah, so Nich is just buying some time here, which actually is, I think it's actually fine for Nich. Nich needs to find time to get his big spells online.
Yeah.
And there's an Oblivion Ring, so he successfully chump blocks.
Oh, he's going to target the Wild Defiance with it.
Nice.
I think I'd rather target the mirror here, given that your opponent is so low on cards.
Yeah, I mean, I think he has an extra turn here, very likely to block the mirror with the jump block with the Lingering Souls guy. Then he can flashback Lingering Souls.
Yeah.
I say the Lingering Souls guy. It's a spirit.
Yep.
Easier to say than the Lingering Souls guy. Yeah. But so he's got some time in that area, and I think he's got a lot of creature removal already. So Oblivion Ring, taking out that Wild Defiance, he's really only got Oblivion Ring to do that.
That is true, but he actually does. I mean, I guess he could just Wrath here. Like maybe that's a plan he has, just a 1-for-1.
Yeah, I think he looks like he's got something.
Gideon
here. Gideon, kill your guy.
Kill your guy. Okay. Well, I do like that plan.
Yeah. So I mean, Nich is doing a great job of capitalizing on Robert's mulligan.
Yeah.
And fairly slow start, even though I say it was a slow start. He just knocked him for half his life total, poison total.
Now, one of the cards that's going to be absolutely key in this matchup is Inkmoth Nexus.
Gideon getting in.
Yeah, I might as well just beat him down, I guess. It's not like he's going to be facing any haste stuff. 6 mana for a Sun Titan. He doesn't have anything to bring back, but...
He's just fine with the 6/6 Vigilance that blocks.
Right. There is an Inkmoth Nexus now in Robert's hand, but I think that it's scoop time.
Yeah. Plays the Nexus.
No, actually it's not scoop time because he's going to be taking 12 here if Nich decides to attack with both. If he doesn't attack with both, then he's only going to be taking 6, but he will have to attack Gideon, and that would be the game. Like if I'm Nich, I think I just play it safe here.
Yeah, I think I do too, unless you have an answer for that Nexus already.
Right, because this Infect deck can absolutely win out of nowhere.
Looks like Nich is... Yeah, pluses on the Gideon. I believe he did swing. He did swing, I believe. Yeah.
He did. Yeah.
He did swing, and so Robert now at 8. And
yeah, I agree with that play.
So far I like this. He just passed back, so Robert plays.
I see an Artful
Forest.
Dodge in Robert's hand, but
there's a Livewire Lash. Now this is.
Oh, this is interesting now. He doesn't have enough mana to cast an equip to activate and equip, unfortunately.
Right, yeah. And he's got something here. Oh, thinking about it.
Livewire costs 2 to equip.
Yeah, 2 to cast, 2 to equip.
But as the board sits, he's going to need that Inkmoth Nexus to block so that he's not
Yeah,
dead.
that's what I'm thinking. Like he must have. What does he have in hand? It's hard to tell.
I think it's probably like a Blighted Agent and a Artful Dodge, something like that.
Faster.
Oh, it's a Ranger's Guile
Okay.
and an Artful Dodge.
Okay, so not very much. He wants to be able to. Next turn he's gonna have to do that, but he needs to live through this turn, which is.
He was so close here too.
Yeah, he was. I don't think he's got it because I think here, Nich can just. Well.
Oh, Nick's gonna just bring him to 2. This actually does open the door now for Robert.
But he's gonna have to.
Well, he can
activate, equip.
No, he's going to need a blue source, right? Because
for the Artful Dodge.
So he activates.
He does have blue. That's Hinterland Harbor.
He needs 2 blue sources, though, because he wants to flash back. I think he just drew 1.
Is that another Hinterland Harbor? I think
because if he can target the thing after it's activated 3 times, he can direct 6 poison to Nich.
So he can use it to activate itself, right? So because he doesn't need to attack.
Yes.
So he taps
and
it
he
to
does
activate
that.
itself. It's
Pay
a creature.
2 non-blue.
All right. Equip.
Oh my goodness.
Is he gonna go ahead?
He is now Artful Dodge.
All right, so
Artful Dodge do 2 to you.
Right, and it's target. It doesn't matter. Nich can counterspell it, but it's targeted to creature. Yeah,
it is.
I mean, it's
I see what you're saying. Right, it doesn't have to resolve.
Right.
Flash it back, and then Ranger's got my guy to just steal this game.
Yeah, I think that's happening right now.
He flashes back, does it to you.
Yeah, you're dead.
Ranger's Guile.
And
you're dead.
Yeah.
Oh,
I like the post-game 1 handshake.
Yeah,
that was good.
The super light. That was sick.
That was
Robert
awesome.
mulligans to 4, has no board presence at all.
He literally, did he just draw 1 creature? It was the Ichor mirror.
Yeah,
right?
and then I mean, I guess if you count the
Nexus, I guess, as a creature, but really he only drew 1 actual proper creature.
I mean, if you're Nich, like, is this a mistake? Like, he didn't attack with his Gideon, and he can force his opponent to block.
The turn before, I was thinking like Nich just attacks here with both, and Robert has to use the use the Inkmoth Nexus to block.
Right,
so
and then what happens is when Robert untaps, he needs to cast a creature, equip it, and have 3 different spells that can do. I don't think he.
And he's lost a land because the Nexus is gone.
And he's lost a land. Yeah, so I think that was a. I think that was. I think it was a mistake. Like I think you definitely need to activate Gideon and get in. I can understand the mentality. You're like, look, as long as I don't take a hit of poison in the next turn, we're good to go. But you have to respect Livewire Lash. This deck, I mentioned it before, it wins out of nowhere.
It doesn't need to attack. That was what I was saying too. It doesn't have to. He did attack. That was the first 5. The other 5 or 6 really had nothing to do with attacking. No. Just my guy.
And like you said, he activated his Nexus and it's tapped. Don't worry about it.
Right. He doesn't even. Not only does it not need to attack, but once the lash is on the guy, the spells that target it don't need to resolve.
Yes.
I don't care what is happening here. Like that's it.
It's tough to interact with, and there's not. You need something like. I mean, and actually. Now that I think about it, like let's say that the Nich has go for the throat. Like that wouldn't even have mattered.
No, it wouldn't.
Because he just plays Ranger's Guile.
Right. Well, go for the throat's non-artifact.
Right, and
so
this is an Inkmoth,
all he had was
Inkmoth
and Ichor. Like that was a dead card in the entire game.
Yeah,
no matter
I didn't even think about that. Yeah, you're right. And one of the cards I was trying to remember earlier is Tragic Slip, and he doesn't have any in the
I was
main
thinking
deck.
about that too. Yeah, does he have any in the board? So actually, we could look at the board here. Just
why don't you take a look at that?
I don't know. I mean, he's got a Ratchet Bomb. He's got Divine Offering, which I think I bring in. Timely Reinforcements just provides chump blockers if he's lucky. I don't even know if that's worth bringing in.
This is kind of interesting looking at Robert's sideboard. I don't think he brings in anything.
And that's very indicative of something like a combo deck too. What you were saying, you're comparing it to a combo deck. Combo decks don't want to dilute their combo, so it's like we've seen. What was it back? Was it in Madison? I believe, or I'm sorry, in Columbus. I believe somebody played Belcher in Legacy with 15 island sideboard.
Yes, they did.
Right?
Yeah,
it's just like, I'm not changing. I can't dilute my combo. Like my deck's built to do this, and that's the same thing. Like this guy didn't. Robert didn't go, hey, 15 island sideboard, but you don't need to change too much.
So he has 2 gut shots in the main. I would take those out. He can put in something like
Spectral Flight.
He can put in 2 Spectral Flights. He can put in a couple of Mental Missteps. Gut Shot again is coming out. I mean, he just doesn't have anything that matters. I think I would just put in these 2 Apostles Blessings because they're cheap ways to target your guy, and it does protect them.
And protect, I like that. Just cut the Gut Shots, put in the Apostles Blessings. That's my I think that's all I do. I love Robert's deck. I love it, and I'm honestly a little worried about the rest of the summer when they get access to Rancor even, you know. Although
Rancor's sick, yeah.
We're getting that back. I think that one of the reasons that they didn't print it earlier, because there was at some point, I believe, again, Mark Rosewater said something about we were considering Rancor, but then we had
Aaron, actually,
may have been Aaron, but somebody, it could have been both or somebody else. But anyway, Rancor was considered to be reprinted, I think, last year, but or maybe even 2 years ago. But they knew they were putting Infect into the format and did not want those two to overlap so much
for a whole year.
Yeah, I mean, at this point, they're basically saying, all right, we're going to give you access to Rancor with the Infect strategy for 3 months, 3.5 months, and I think that's awesome. I think it's a little scary, but it's not as if we've been kind of saturated with Infect decks lately. So to be kind of blindsided by a bunch of Infect, whoa, okay, we're way underway. What did we miss?
Whoa.
Yeah.
All right, there's a Gitaxian probe that happened.
Sorry, guys, having a little bit of a technical thing. There we go. Okay, so Gitaxian probe happened, and we see Oblivion Ring, Forbidden Alchemy, Batter Skull, a couple of lands. Looks like Evolving Wilds and Isolated Chapel, I believe.
Yeah, and it looks like Robert just has his Glistener Elf there.
Yeah, he does have a Livewire Lash in hand. You can see that.
So why didn't he cast it?
Maybe he's casting it now. Yeah. There
Okay,
it is.
so we're still on his turn.
Yeah,
Understood.
Wasn't quite sure. So I'm assuming that Phantasmal Image is also a Glistener Elf, considering I don't see any sign of any other guy.
Yep.
That is a
Confirmo.
thumbs up.
All right.
And nothing from Nick. Robert now plays a land. Equip. Does that resolve? Target my guys. Unblockable. You take 2 Infect.
And he decided to just do it to his dome instead of taking out the Phantasmal Image because he's going to be getting in for a bunch of damage anyway. And a Mutagenic Growth is going to come down as well. That's another 2.
And so now the Glistener Elf is 5, right? So that puts him to. Was that it?
Why would that be it?
I think that was 9 poison, but I don't know where the 10th came from. I'm looking. All right, Glistener Elf is a 1, right? He gets +2 from the
3, 4, 5.
Oh no! It was enough, but because the Livewire
because
Lash
he did
is
it
pumping
twice.
it too,
so
right?
that's
he did
4
it twice.
counters in itself, and then it was 5 itself.
Exactly. Oh,
wait, that's still 9, right?
Wait.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
Yeah, it's a 3/1. It gets.
It's a 3/1.
Okay, so it's a 3/1 because of the Livewire Lash. It becomes a 5/1 with the 5/3 with the Mutagenic Growth, right?
Yes.
So that's 5 of it.
That's 5 poison.
The 2 targets were the
Mutagenic Growth itself
and the Artful Dodge. So that's 4 more poison, right? So
so that's 9.
I'm not